Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to jump into the past. We're going to learn two super simple phrases that will help you talk about how things used to be. Trust me, it's way easier than you think, and you'll be a pro in just a few minutes.
So here's our game plan. First, the basics. Then we'll listen to a real conversation to hear how it sounds. After that, we'll get into the main rule, learn how to build our own sentences, and then we'll wrap it all up with a quick review. Sound good? Let's get started.
All right, so let's think about this. How do you talk about something that existed in a place, but maybe it's not there anymore? You know, like an old building or a different kind of shop. Well, English has a really neat trick for this.
And here they are. There was and there were. That's literally it. All they are is the past version of there is and there are. Think of them as your time machine for speaking English.
You know, the best way to really understand this is to hear it in action. So we're going to listen to a quick conversation. Your only job is to listen for those magic words, was and were, and just notice how they're being used.
How was your trip to the city yesterday?
It was nice. There was a new bus stop near the museum. Ah, did you catch that? There was a new bus stop. Just one, so they use was.
Oh, that's good. Was it busy?
Yes, there were many people waiting for the bus. And there's the other one. There were many people. See, more than one person, so it switches to were.
I see. Was there a train station near the cafe? No, there wasn't a train station there, but there were a few taxis outside. Oh, this last one is perfect. It has both. There wasn't for the one train station, and there were for the few taxis. See how that works?
Okay, great listening. Did you start to hear the pattern there? Let's break it down. It really all comes down to one simple question. Are we talking about one thing or many things?
This is the big rule, the most important thing to remember. And honestly, it's super easy. For just one thing, a singular thing, like a new bus stop, we use there was. But for more than one thing, plural things, like many people, we use there were. One thing was, many things were.
All right, you've got the main rule down. Now let's take the next step. How do we actually build sentences with this? We're going to look at how to make positive statements, negative ones, and of course, how to ask questions.
This little chart here is basically your complete guide. Look, for singular, you've got there was, there wasn't, and the question was there. And for plural, it just flips to there were, there weren't, and were there. Let's look at each one with some examples. So let's start with the positive stuff. When you're just stating that something existed, it's really straightforward. For one thing, you say, there was a museum near the station. For more than one, there were many flights yesterday. Easy, right? Okay, but what if something wasn't there? Well, we just need to make it negative. We add not. So was not becomes wasn't, and were not becomes weren't. We pretty much always use these short forms when we're talking, like there wasn't a bus at the stop or there weren't any taxis. Now for questions. This is a classic English trick. We just flip the first two words. So there was a cafe becomes was there a cafe? And there were shops becomes were there any shops? And look, the answers are super simple too. Yes, there was. No, there wasn't. Yes, there were. No, there weren't. You guys are doing great. We've covered all the pieces of the puzzle. So let's just do a super quick review to lock it all into place. Okay, if you remember just one thing from today, let it be this. When you want to talk about the past, just stop and ask yourself, is it one thing or more than one? If it's just one thing, you use there was. If it's many things, you use there were. That's the core of it.
And here is your final cheat sheet. Everything in one place. You've got singular and plural. And for each one, you have the positive, the negative, and the question form. This is all you need.
All right, enough of me talking. Now it is your turn to practice. I've got a little challenge for you. Think about your hometown, maybe 20 years ago. What was there back then?
I want you to head down to the comments and tell us. Write a sentence using what you just learned. Something like, in my town, there was a small library. Or maybe there were old-fashioned streetlights. Go on, give it a shot.
Awesome job today, everyone. Seriously, this is a super useful part of English, and you've totally got this. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to keep practicing.